Margaret's story begins in hardship. She lost her mother early, and her alcoholic father often beat her. Growing up in such misery, she longed to escape. And one evening, while her father was drunk, she packed a small suitcase and left home without hesitation. Hey, there, I'm so glad you're here, taking a moment for yourself. If these stories bring you comfort and help you drift off to sleep, I'd really appreciate a like or a subscribe. It means a lot to me and helps keep this space alive. After 3 days of wandering, she reached Paris, hungry, penniless, and desperate for work, but lacking education or skills. She faced rejection everywhere. When she admired the finely dressed women in carriages, she learned from a flower seller that they were prostitutes. Though warned not to follow that path, Margaret's poverty left her vulnerable. One evening, a painter noticed her hungry gaze at a restaurant and invited her to eat. He pretended kindness but soon exploited her, keeping her as his mistress under the promise of food and clothing. Over time, he convinced her that beauty and money were inseparable, slowly reshaping her values. Her fate changed when Count de Noli, mourning his dead daughter, saw a portrait of Marguerite and bought her from the painter. He dressed her richly and treated her as a substitute for his daughter, demanding her constant company, though she enjoyed luxury. His controlling love suffocated her. A maid warned him that freedom was every woman's right, but Marguerite eventually fled and entered a brothel, quickly rising to fame as one of Paris's most desired courtesans. During a theater performance, she caught the attention of Armand, a young man from a middle-class family whose father, Duval, sacrificed much for his education. Against his friend's advice, Armand fell deeply in love. Though Marguerite first dismissed him as too poor to afford her lifestyle, his sincere concern for her failing health touched her heart, and like the many men before him, Armand genuinely cared. And soon they became lovers. For the first time, Marguerite experienced pure affection untainted by money, and she even refused wealthy clients to devote herself to him. They moved to the countryside, where she enjoyed peace, love, and improved health. Yet society's cruelty intruded. Friends mocked Armand for living off her wealth, and Count de Noli cut ties when he discovered his money was supporting a man, Armand, desperate to provide, gambled away his possessions, while Marguerite secretly sold jewelry to ease their struggles. Unbeknownst to him, his father sent spies, then summoned him home in anger. Duval confronted Marguerite directly, accusing her of ruining Armand's future. To save him, she sacrificed her own happiness and left without explanation, even writing a forced breakup letter. Heartbroken and manipulated, Armand turned his love into bitterness. Marguerite reluctantly returned to her old life, entertaining wealthy men for survival. When she and Armand met again, he publicly humiliated her by flaunting another woman. Tormented, she confessed her pain, but just as hope seemed possible, he cruelly sent her money with a farewell letter, declaring their bond broken forever. Soon after, Armand left for Egypt under his father's direction. 2 years later, he heard rumors of a once famous courtesan abandoned by all, now dying in poverty. Realizing it was Marguerite, he rushed back to Paris. But it was too late. Her illness had blinded and weakened her beyond recovery. In her final moments, she clung to his name, leaving behind a diary filled with memories of their love. She died in Armand's arms, consumed by suffering yet faithful to the end. Margaret's story is one of tragedy and sacrifice, showing how poverty, social prejudice, and misplaced devotion can destroy even the purest of loves. She was a woman who sought freedom and tenderness but was trapped by the cruelty of circumstance. Though her life ended in sorrow, her memory lived on in Armand's heart, reminding us that love and suffering often walk hand in hand.